people, we are back again. A2TP podcast, episode 183. It's your boy, International Walk.
It's your girl, Tosh, the co-hostess with the most.
And we are back for another episode of us. Y'all know where y'all can catch us. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Google Podcasts, Player FM. Type us in, faces pop up, listen, watch, like, subscribe, share, engage, comment, do all that stuff.
All of that.
Yeah, do all that stuff.
All of that.
Let's get to it. How are you?
I'm doing good today. I'm probably 9.
Okay.
I feel good. I got a little situation going on. I don't know if it's a cold, if it's allergies. To be honest, when I go outside, I feel a little bit better. And I was thinking maybe
you're allergic to your house.
Well, that, but maybe
retard.
Maybe the humidity is acting like a humidifier.
Could be.
You know what I mean? Like a natural humidifier, because I go outside and I'm fine. I come in the house and I'm Mrs. McSneezy and blowy.
Well, because it's air conditioning. That's why. So you get chilly in here.
No, I'm not sneezing and blowing because I'm cold. Pause. I am.
It's okay for women to blow. It's not okay for a man to blow.
Well, some may say it is.
Okay.
I am sneezing and blowing my nose because it's running. But I'm not like cold.
Okay. I
don't know what it is, but I'm a 9.
It's a little
I feel
something,
good.
something. I had a little something too.
Yeah, I feel good.
We was out all weekend.
We was outside.
The fucking heat.
We financially we are an 8, just stacking. Mrs. McStacks a lot.
Big fat fucking 8.
Work is a 10. Work is good. I was salty this morning because I had to get up early, but my baby had a late start, so he was in a bed with me, and typically I wouldn't have had to be up that early. It was so painful having to part ways with his skin to skin. But work is good. It's a 10. And physically I'm an 8 right now because I got this issue going on with my back. I don't know if it's my spleen, my pancreas. I don't know what's over there.
It's worse?
No, it's not worse. I was gonna say it feels a little bit better today. I will say that. But and then my nose, the running and blowing your nose and all that stuff. Thank God I don't feel bad, like I'm sick. I just have these symptoms, so it's like blah. A summer cold is worse than
and no vid. Let's just put that out there.
I took 2 vid tests, none, negativo. So yeah, no vid at all. Thank God for that, because I know people have said, "Oh, it ain't that bad. It's just like a cold." For the times that it hit me, it was more than just a cold.
Yeah,
and I know
bad.
I know it can change. But yeah, I was bad, and I had it 3 times. So yeah, I
might have had it twice. I don't know. I might have had
but
it
if you did, it was you only if you did, it was only a couple sniffles. You were never down.
Mm-mm.
So yeah,
I have a very strong immune system down.
I wonder though if I don't want to say conspiracy, but if the conversation behind marijuana smoke helps protect against it.
Marijuana smoke helps protect against a lot of things.
You never know. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
A lot of things. And I'm not trying to say it's everything, but a lot of things.
Yeah, but you would think that as much as I've been around it, even though I'm not smoking it, I would get some of that protection.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, how are you?
I feel awesome mentally. I feel like a 9. Head is clear. Today is my Nana's birthday, her heavenly birthday. So I went to go see her today at the graveyard, and it was super hot. It was peaceful. It was sad. I was angry. I also was happy. So all of emotions wrapped up into one, but I feel like a 9. Okay. Finances, I would say, is a big fat 8. Had to get fucking tires on my car. So that just came out of left field. So finances, big fat 8. Work, I would say, is a 9. Physicality, I feel like a 9. So those are my numbers. What do you got? Wows and woes, ups and downs, stops and goes, blacks and whites.
My wow is
Sykes and likes.
seeing, this weekend we had great quality time together. We had a momentary hiccup where we utilized that time to communicate, and it felt good seeing how we were able to work through that differently than we would have 5 years ago. Just very appreciative of the growth that you have, that you impart on me, because sometimes I gotta grow up too. I gotta be growed up too.
I was just ready to ask for a moment of honesty and say, like, can I have a moment of honesty?
You didn't let me finish though.
Okay.
You can, but sometimes I gotta be growed up too, and sometimes I forget my lessons learned in therapy. Sometimes I revert back to some of my stubborn ways, my toxic behaviors, and not necessarily toxic in terms of our relationship, but it's toxicity towards myself too. Like, I have a way of detaching or being dismissive from a situation that is not always healthy. I have a keen ability to detach from things, but I know when it comes to us, I don't want to, like, I can't detach from us.
Yeah, you can't.
And when we're going through things, sometimes mentally I check out, because it's like, nah, I don't want to deal with this. But that's not the right way to do it. It's not the healthy way to do it. And sometimes I revert back to that space. So I thank you for wrangling me back in and, helping me be grown up. Your moment of honesty?
I don't need it. You said what you said.
All right. My woe is, and this is not too bad, but, I know you're sad, Nana was an amazing woman. She loved and embraced me from the day I met her. I will never forget the conversations that we've had. Just the love that she showed me. Even in not always some things that she said, but just the ways that she moved and the actions that, she made towards me. I'll always remember that. And I know how much you loved her and how much she loved you. So I know this is a somber day for you. But even though I'm saying it as a woe, I can see your growth and your healing and how you are handling your grief better than you would have in the past.
I try. I try.
And what's your woes?
My woe is that the day is my Nana's birthday, and I've been thinking about her all day since I woke up since 3:30 this morning. I don't want this to be a somber pod at all. I want to get to some fun stuff, but yeah, she would have been 99 today.
Wow.
She was born in 1925. Next year would have been her 100th birthday, but this year she would have been double 9. And that is big too, to be 99. Like people say 100 is big. 99 is like, you on your way, like to be in triple digits. That's a big one there too. So I would just wish she was here. And I know she was dealing with some stuff when she was here, but I just wish that, and maybe that's just a selfish thing, but I wish she just was around, so I could talk to her and see her and hug her and kiss her face. My woe is that the fact that we was out all weekend having fun, being with each other.
You mean your wow?
My wow. Hanging out, being with each other, having fun, taking rides, did a lot of fucking driving. I'm chill on that for like 6 months. Did you do cocaine? What's with the sniffles?
Why would you ask me that on TV?
Saying,
on camera.
Because it's like, I know the signs. I know the signs, babe.
I don't know how to do cocaine.
And I'm just saying, I know the signs. And now it's like, I want that coke out my body. Until you blow it.
My body don't like drugs. My body do not like drugs. It be like, get it out of here.
No, but just hanging out with you, having fun and chilling. Yeah, we did have a little hiccup, but we sat through it. We didn't, disassociate with each other and end the weekend and end the day. We just dealt with it where it had to be dealt with. Took us about 15 minutes, and we had a great weekend. So yeah, shouts out to us. Move on.
Yes, I'm grateful. I am extremely grateful. We were out this weekend in the heat. Now, y'all know, everybody who knows me know, I love the summer. I do. I love the summer, and I have to say,
why? It's fucking hot.
I would still take this over 2 degrees.
How? You barely can breathe. It's never 2 degrees. You barely can breathe. It's a wind chill sometimes 2 degrees, but the lowest it gets up here is like 10, 15.
It hurts when it's cold.
Nah, it hurts now, babe. It hurts to go outside.
But I
and
will
be
say this: the heat earlier, like at the latter part of the weekend and earlier in the week, was like unnatural. Like it felt like when you step outside, I don't recall it ever feeling that way. Not just the heat, like the level of humidity. I don't ever remember as a person being subject to that outside. It almost feel like
being almost
I'm
80.
not in this universe because I don't remember. And not to say it hasn't been. I'm sure some weather historian may say, we have experienced this before, but I don't recall feeling that like, oh my God, like you can wade through
the thickness of the air. You can just walk outside and almost like part that shit. It's no different from walking outside and somebody grabbing you by the throat because it's taking a little bit of air from you. Your breathing is different. All that shit. It's not healthy going from air condition to air condition to air condition to air condition. That's just not healthy. But the fucking heat is brutal. And for me, I know it's age related because I used to run the streets and be in the heat and want to be outside all day. I can't stand it no more. I'd rather the fall or winter, like any day of the week. Like this summer shit, you can have it. Like you can have it. I can't operate in this type of, like it just zaps the energy out the top of your head. Like gone. I can't do it.
Well, and I hate the fact that you're working in an environment where you don't have air all day. Like, that's not healthy. And, I mean, I know there's some people, unfortunately, living in an environment like that, but it's just not healthy. So I don't like that. For me, and maybe, I'm experiencing spurts of it. Today, I had to walk in a little bit from the building I was in to my car, and it feels good on my skin. Now, if I had to, be out there really exerting some energy or for a long period of time, and I can imagine it being more uncomfortable than it has been for me. And let's not neglect to mention it's unhealthy. Somebody that we love dearly lost someone that they love dearly due to heat related, they had respiratory issues. The heat hit them. They didn't survive, like in a matter of like a couple hours, like passed out and didn't survive. So it is unhealthy. We never really talked much about global warming, and I never doubted it.
Nor do we. I want to, but go ahead.
Right, I would say, I never doubted, but I kind of look at it as one of those things where it's like, what do we do at this point? Like, it's kind of too late.
It's been ignored for 20 years.
And not only that, I think they try to put the guilt on the people, but when the biggest offenders are like the manufacturers. Like when you think about car plants, like plants in general. Like, so yeah, we are consumers and we use these products, but at some point it's like you don't have a choice, right? I mean, they tell you, okay, the water bottles are, is bad for the environment,
but we bitch about not having convenient water bottles.
But you drink tap water and it's like you die from that because that ain't healthy. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But for people who may not have or may have doubted the fact that global warming, it makes me think, what the hell is happening to the polar bears now? They've been talking about it for so long. Like
they've been on fucking sheets of ice getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Yep, getting smaller and smaller. It's a thing that, I mean, I don't know, like some shit is irreversible, and like after it's been ignored for 20 years, I don't know if you can get a hold on it, because I don't know how you fix ice melting. Like the Antarctic and all that shit, I don't know how you fix that melting. Like, you can't freeze it again.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix the ozone layer to make it cold again.
Right.
That's what it is.
And if the ozone layer went up a degree or a half a degree, that's a lot of fucking heat.
Well,
That's a
yeah, I
lot
think
of
the
heat.
hole in the ozone layer, us destroying the ozone layer allows more sun in. I think this is how it works. In my mind, this is how it works. But us destroying the ozone layer, which kept, that barrier, allows more sun in, melts it. You can't repair the ozone layer.
No.
Now, my question is, when will you, with all this other artificial intelligence and artificial this, that, and the other, y'all creating artificial meat and whatever else? It's maybe somebody, like, how you have like a bladder mesh.
I'm sure they can do something, not to fix the ozone layer. I'm sure they can do something to manufacture ice chunks of it, because they can seed clouds and make it rain and do all this other kind of shit. I'm sure it's going to be a way for them to.
I don't want them to though.
To make like deep freezes on shit so it can keep cold. It sounds stupid because I'm explaining it wrong, but yeah, I think they can do something like that.
But I don't want them to start messing with the weather. We see what happened in Dubai.
They've been messing with the weather.
I know, but on a larger scale, we see what happened in Dubai when they, was the rainmakers, and not just Dubai. Dubai got the most attention because they're the bigger tourist attraction. But Oman, I believe, the nation of Oman had even a bigger problem with the flood that happened over there, and I think it was caused by them.
It's cloud seeding, but it's also a good thing for places that are in a drought. They're places that get 6 inches of rain a year when they need 20. So that's why they cloud seed. So to every good thing, there's something negative that can come out of it. Like, hey, we cloud seeded and we can't control how much it's gonna rain. All we know is it's gonna rain, and then it rains fucking 3 feet in a year. It's like, okay, the drains and shit can't hold that much water.
I don't think you should be messing with the weather. There have been droughts.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying there's a good reason why they do that.
From it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, but the drought stops all the fires and all the dry shit, all the rubbish being around. It stops a lot of shit.
I just, you go messing with, like, that's Mother Nature. Let her do her thing.
But
let her do her thing. Now, you want to build dams and other things to help protect, improve building codes and that sort of thing to help protect us from Mother Nature. But don't go up there messing with her. Don't go up there messing with her. Like, nah, I'm not. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I can see the benefit of it. Is all I'm saying. I don't think they should fuck with the weather. But if you're saying, okay, we cloud seed this area, and it stops the drought, it stops the fires, it stops the damage, it stops homes from being burnt, stops the deaths. Okay, I can see the good side of that. Now, the bad side is we want it to rain 3 inches, and it rained 13. That's a problem because there's 10 inches of water that you didn't account for.
Yeah. Where it's going to go.
So I get that. What's going on in the news? Oh, I'm not a question I wanted to ask you. This is off topic. There's no way to segue into this. But if you was up as a single woman.
Okay.
Up. Like, you got money, you single, you out here, you outside, you trying to date and live your life. Would you trick on a man?
I would trick on a man that I felt could reciprocate.
So that's not trick. I'm not saying like I trick on you. So I'm not saying like, and that's because, okay, like we together and obviously I'm gonna get something back from it. But I'm just saying, would you trick on a man like just to be like, I'm up and I'm a boss bitch and I'm just buying you some sneaks because I want to. I'm buying you some suits because I want to. I'm buying you some sweatsuits because I want to, not because I think you're gonna buy me a bag back.
No, I'm not saying it in that way. I said who can. Like you said, you trick on me. Who just got a load of clothes in here? Mm-hmm. I trick on you too. So yes, to answer your question, being up or not, if it's my man or somebody, let's say, that's how I said, or somebody I'm feeling,
but somebody that you would exchange gifts from.
Exactly, somebody that I'm feeling, and now I wouldn't trick on a man as a means to like lure him in. Like try to buy his love and affection. No, that I wouldn't do. But if it's like, okay,
I just meant trick on a man, like show ego sometime.
Yeah, I would. Like just to like.
Yeah, just because I'm up and I can, and I like you. And I'm not trying to make you feel small.
But I would say being up or not.
What we doing today? Oh, I know what we doing today. We gonna go to the zoo, but before we do that, I'm gonna go get you 12 suits. Come on.
I mean, that's one level, but even not when you say being up, I feel like I'm up now in life. So if I
You
was
are
single,
baby. Talk
so
your shit, baby.
if
Talk
I was
heavy, baby. Talk heavy. Ooh, she never do this on the pod.
So if I was
She
single
say that
now,
off cam, but she won't never say that on cam. Talk
if
heavy,
I was
babe.
single now, like yeah, like if I got it, like you might. What we doing? What Saturday? What we doing? What you doing? You got your passport? All right, meet me at the airport. Like yeah, we going.
Oh, you flying niggas out?
I'm
asking, would you fly niggas out?
Yeah, I would buy a trip.
Would you fly niggas to you? Like if you was
no,
met a guy and he was from another state and y'all was talking or whatever, and he was like, I would come see you, but you was like, you would like come see me.
No, like I mean,
check your Cash App. I just sent you flight money. Man.
And not I see that. See, it's certain things like I still believe in. I want gender roles, I guess, to a certain point. Like I'm not gonna be the man in a relation, or I'm not gonna take. Let me not say the man. I am not going to take like the authoritarian role in the relationship.
Right.
But
that don't mean you taking an authoritarian role just because you flying a nigga out. Like y'all could just actually like I miss you, and it's like okay, I don't want to take off work because this and that. And you like, you know what? I'm up. Like don't worry about work. Check your cash, check your Venmo, nigga.
I don't think it would be like a check your Venmo type of thing. It might be like, what you doing? If it's a Wednesday, what you doing Friday? No, I don't really have no plans. All right, well, be at the airport at 2. Your flight leave at 4. Okay. I could see me doing something like that. But again, it would be somebody that I know it would be reciprocal energy. And when I say like, no, okay, not a tick for tack, I'm not a tick for tack person at all. And if I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. I'm not going to say love because I might not love you yet. But if it's like, if I got it and it ain't nothing, yeah, because I know again now.
You're a sugar mama, you motherfucker, huh?
I would not be a sugar mama. That's different. That's taking care of a man.
You're a sugar mama.
No, I would not be a sugar mama to anybody.
You're a couch warrior, huh?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even. If I was a single woman, I would not even live with anybody else.
I don't think I would either.
Ever. I just, and I love you. We've
right.
been living together forever.
Sense.
But I wouldn't know how or even desire to share to share my space.
Yeah, not like you're the last person that I'm going to share my space with. Yeah. So if it ain't you, I don't want to do it.
Nah.
I don't want to do it. Yeah, I feel the same way. To jump to another a subject, does everyone have a price? So if like I know you don't like you're not gonna sell yourself for sex and no shit like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about surface level shit.
Well, I mean, it's like no. No, you're right. I wouldn't.
What the fuck?
It was a joke. It was a joke. Ha ha.
All right, chuckle. chuckle. But like if you were single,
you leave a little change on the dresser,
and a person was like, "Yo, I'm gonna pay your rent," or I want to get you. I want to trick on you. Would you accept those things, or would you think like there's an ulterior, like you're expecting some sex back just because you're a man?
I wouldn't accept it if I wasn't interested. Like where if it was a situation like I ain't interested in him, but he trying to do this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna take it.
No, the same dynamic. Y'all are cool with accepting things from each other.
Well, yeah, I mean.
So you would just like, you can pay my rent. You can do that to me. Like you can buy me shit, and you don't think that there's no ulterior motive.
I would definitely think
as a female is what I'm asking. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because when you say everyone has a price, I'm thinking it means like you can be bought for something. So yeah, I mean, and if you're talking about the same thing, somebody tricking on me, but with the expectation that it's going to be, your expectations don't have nothing to do with my reality. You can have whatever expectations you want. I don't feel forced to do anything. Now, at a certain point, if you realize like, she not quite meeting my expectations.
But say like a trip. And you like, okay, I'll accept this trip, but you're not thinking this guy might want to sleep with me. We're going to have to stay a night. Like, why am I putting myself in that position where I'm going somewhere and he might want to fuck me, or he might not. He might just want to hang out on his trip, but I don't know. And I'm putting myself in a situation where nighttime's going to come and it's going to be like, okay, who's sleeping where?
I mean, I'm a woman of a certain age, and one of the things that I can do well is talk. And I'm going to communicate. I'm not about to set myself. First of all, no matter who, if you flying me out, paying for a trip to go anywhere, I'm always going to have a coin to take care of myself and get myself back home, or get myself if I ain't ready to go home, get myself my own accommodations. I'm staying here too. Like, this is a nice place you picked. I'm gonna get my own room because you felt like, but I wouldn't even put myself in that situation, because where it could potentially become unsafe. Because you done told a man no, or he want to become indignant or something, or he want to cancel your flight and now you can't get home. So I would have that conversation prior to, just to level set, like,
Big gifts, a car.
It would have to be in my name, because again, I don't want nothing you can take back.
But you would accept a car from a person?
I would.
How about, like you said, oh damn, in a couple years I'm gonna start myself a hairdresser, and that person he bought you like a storefront and was like, yo, this is in your name, but I bought it for you. I know you trying to start your thing, but I think you're ready now.
Who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth and turn them down? It's just, I mean, God, I asked you for a blessing. Why would I send it away when it comes my way?
But you might need to work for it, though. You might not need to just take the handout.
I mean, why? I mean, yeah, maybe so. But God, you made a way.
Okay.
I mean, now again, I'm a woman of a certain age. I understand that there's some level of legality that needs to come with these things where, you're not going to have a deed to this, because...
No, everything's yours. Everything's legit. It's just he did it for you. But y'all not like that. It's just a person that y'all kind of cool. We're not even exclusive.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm accepting it.
Okay.
Yeah. I have worked.
Site after this.
I have worked hard all my life. I have had a job since I was 14 years old. I might have spent collectively 1 year without a job. Collectively, because I worked from the time I was 14 to 16. Around 16, I wanted to be kind of grown and like, oh, I want to get my own job, and thought I was going to work at, I was 16 or something, thought I was going to work at Boston Market, and it didn't work out.
What was the place you worked at for a day?
That was Structure.
Structure.
Yeah.
I used to get clothes from there.
Yeah, I worked at Structure for one day when I was 18.
The audacity on you, though.
No, first of all, the audacity on them. You don't hire somebody without telling them. They hired me on a night they were doing a floor plan change. Mind you, I lived in North Philadelphia. I was working at the Willow Grove location on public transportation, mind you. So I get there. Y'all already know that's a hike. They were doing a floor plan change, so the mall closed. So at my lunchtime, and again, maybe this was my naivete at 19, I was 18. Well, because I didn't pack a lunch, because I'm thinking I'm gonna be working in the mall, right? Okay. Well, the mall closed when it came time to my lunch break, so I was hungry. So I'm thinking, I'll wait it out, whatever, till it's time to get off. Well, because they were doing a floor plan change, then, they kept us there later. And I remember it got to a certain point, I was just standing by the door like, I'm not helping y'all. In my mind, I know I'm never coming back. So I'm ready to go. They, of course, had the store locked because it's closed. And it's like, I'm not helping no more. I don't work here no more. Let me out. Well, once they let us out, I caught the bus home. I get to Broughton, Susquehanna. The 39 was done. No more buses. I called my sperm parent, and he said no, he wasn't coming to get me. So I had to walk home from Broughton, Susquehanna to 26th and York.
Which is like a 20-minute walk.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
It don't matter if it's 12 in the afternoon, it's a 20-minute walk.
But at 1 o'clock in the morning,
dangerous.
I'm a feet. Yeah, that's dangerous. What I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, they probably walk in the middle of the street.
Well, I mean,
Not on the sidewalks.
at that point it was, and you got to walk under the bridge.
Yeah. Well, that's the last bit of danger. You kind of run under the bridge, babe. You don't walk on the sidewalk.
The point is, I had to do it at 1 o'clock. I got to, matter of fact, it might have been like 2 o'clock because I think they let us out the store at 1. So by the time I got to Brewer and Susquehanna, it was like 2. So yeah, that's how that story went.
It is the time.
And I do remember it being a lot of people outside, mind you, because this was like in the summertime.
Yeah.
But again, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm a young woman walking home. You know, I ain't have no weapons or nothing on me at the time, and so yeah, I worked that structure for one day. And you know the funny thing, that was what 1999. You know, I just got paid from that like maybe 2 years ago.
Really? Paid you out for a day?
Well, because you know how they have that Pennsylvania Treasury thing where you like your unclaimed money. Yeah, I had unclaimed money.
How much was it?
I don't know.
$68?
I was just about to say it might have been not $80. I don't think.
Wow.
Like it was a little bit of money.
People
but
should call that thing to get unclaimed money that they got.
Well, no, you don't even have to call. You look online, you search for your name, and then you can submit the request. Like I ain't have to call or talk to anybody. And
you shouldn't have had to walk home at 1 o'clock in the morning though under the bridge.
No.
Somebody could have grabbed you up, some creep.
My sperm parent answered the phone and he said no. And yeah, that was that.
And talking about creeps, there was a recent public sexual assault. A woman was shopping at a Dollar General and
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Up the street from my sister.
Big, burly black dude ejaculated on her leg and then ran out. Like, I can't even imagine something like that happening. But as a female, like, how do you, I don't even, like, again, surface level, not like how you would handle it mentally, but like in the moment, what are you thinking?
I think the first thing is the level of shock. Like, did this really just happen?
This ain't spit. He didn't touch me. This is fucking nut on my damn leg.
I think it's shock and thinking, one, you were jerking off in the dollar store. 2, like you were jerking off in public. 3, you jerked off on me. You came on my leg. Like, I think that's the first thing. Like, I read comments. People were like, "Oh, I would have shot him." I mean, yes, maybe some people that would have been your first instinct, or you know, she recording and she should have chased him. Chased him and did what?
He was big as a motherfucker. Exactly. He looked like he was running to the gym.
He was running fast as hell. And I think for her, she was really in a state of shock. Like, and she was mad. I felt all of her emotions. She was mad. She was hurt. Like, why would you do this to me? This is disgusting. It's like somebody... I'm not going to say it's like somebody spitting on you, because somebody spitting on you is different. Like, I think you automatically punch them.
Right.
Like, I don't even know how there's any other reaction. But to do that, I think it's that state of shock. Like,
and that's what I'm thinking as a man. And I'm sure as a man, like, I'm sure I would punch that dude in the face. But as a man, just looking at that situation, that's what I thought, like, shock. Because there's a difference between somebody walking up and groping your butt and then you feeling wet stuff on your leg and you look down and see it's cum. Like, your senses go up of like, how did this even happen? Where did it come from? Did he have it in his hand? Like, was he jerking off in the aisle?
Like, was he in the line behind me?
All these things where you wouldn't be thinking that if he just walked past and touched your butt, you probably would turn around and just punch him or chase him. But
you
to
know
think that
what
my leg is wet,
your butt,
and you look down and you know, like, you identify what it is, you thinking like, how the fuck did this just happen? Like, I'm looking for baked beans and this dude fucking comes on my leg.
Why the baked beans though?
I'm just
I like baked beans.
What, you wouldn't like them no more after that?
That is
that's crazy.
And I mean, not that I wonder what the surveillance video shows inside the store, because I'm curious. Like, again, there's so many factors. Were they in the aisle? Was he walking and jerked off, and then as soon as he seen her, came on her leg? Was he standing behind her?
He obviously was walking with his hand in his pants, jerking off or stroking himself, or
was he in line? Was it a long line?
She wasn't looking, and
That's my victim.
They could have been in a long line and he was standing behind her doing it and then just jerked off and ran out.
Cool.
I don't know.
I thought she was shopping in the aisle.
I don't know. She just said he nutted. She just kept saying he nutted on my leg, and she was crying and she was hollering. She was so I could just feel her anger and like sadness. Like, I can't believe you did this to me. But I have a question, and I don't.
Why does it have to be a female walking around on Earth?
You gotta worry about
that has that story.
Yeah.
That, you know, when I was a certain age, some guy came on me in public. Like, why does a female have to have that story? Like that, like, men, are we that fucked up?
You know,
that
it's
a female
so many,
has to have that story?
It's so many different, like, ways that somebody can be sexually assaulted, and I guess some people may not look at that as that, but that's exactly what it is.
That's the definition of
like
it. Like, you put your bodily fluid on me.
Yeah, but some people may look at it like their sex organ didn't touch you or they didn't touch yours. I look at it as that. But tell me,
if you ran up and get groped from behind and somebody grabbed your titties and ass and run off, you got sexually assaulted, and there was no.
Well, again, you're negating, but they did touch you. So in this case, there was no physical touch. So that's why I'm saying some people may look at it like it was bodily fluids. It's almost the same as if somebody spit on you and it says you've been assaulted. They didn't touch you, but you still were assaulted. So in this case, this person didn't touch you, but you still were sexually assaulted.
Yes.
It's sexual body fluids that they ejaculated onto you.
And they're deviant for doing the shit.
Question. If, for those, trigger finger people who may have had a gun and pulled it out, like, would that be, I mean, it's not self-defense, but you could look at it as self-defense. Like,
you talking about a guy did that to me?
No. Or a woman. If a woman did that, if a woman
shot him?
If she shot him, could that be looked at as self-defense? I mean, because technically he didn't physically touch her, but you could look at it like,
it couldn't be
I didn't know what else he was going to do next.
It couldn't be looked at as self-defense. One, because a lawyer would argue he didn't put hands on you, so there was no threat. You wasn't being hurt, like you wasn't being punched, kicked, stabbed, shot, anything like that. So a lawyer would argue that. And that's just how I see it. So I don't think it could be self-defense, but I think you could probably get off. You might have to go through the process. It might be like an aggravated assault or some shit, but I don't think they're going to hit you with no attempt murder or no shit like that. But some guy ejaculating on you in a fucking store. If you in line trying to pay for groceries to get home to the kids and this dude standing behind you, you don't even like, that's why you got to be aware of your surroundings. Like, and I saw a meme the other day that said, these people, like, y'all got to stop standing so close to me in these lines. And it be like that sometime. Like, I was in the Wawa one time getting coffee and like was stirring my shit over here and looked over and it was like this lady right there. And it was like damn, lady, why are you so close? Like, people be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I think in some cases,
in your space, and I understand it's a coffee stand and we getting shit, or it's a line and we standing in it, but you don't have to be 6 feet like it's COVID, but you don't gotta be like this either.
Yeah, but I think that's such a broad statement because for these crazy, sick, weirdos in this world, where there's a will, there's a way. Because again,
obviously, if people are getting ejaculated on in
because
stores.
I mean, a man could be arm's length away from you, standing in line behind you. You don't know. You see him over your shoulder, but he not close. But he doing whatever he doing in his pants, and then you feel a splat on your calf. So I mean, yes, people not standing close to you, but when there's a will, there's a way. People will find a way. You remember there was a story of a girl. She was sitting on a train. And the man sitting next to her was like reaching over, like trying to touch her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, again, these weird, sick people, I'm not even going to call them weird. That's not the right word. These sick people, sick deviants in this world who have in their minds that they want to commit these acts, they're going to find a way to do so.
That's premeditated shit. That's not like, oh, I went to the dollar store to shop and this accidentally happened.
No, it's like you're sick and
at home who said, I'm going out to do something like this. Yeah, it's like people say that when they rape and people say that when they just go out and grope women. Like, that shit ain't a spur of the moment thing. Like, this was
I had every intention of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I have this fucking urge, and I want to be around people or women that's vulnerable so I can get this urge off. Like, that shit is very intentional. It ain't an accident at all.
Yeah. It's sad. Like, just the thing. And I thank God for protecting me from situations like that with, like, strangers in public. But, again, no woman should
Lord
have
have
to
mercy.
deal with that.
Like, I don't need that. Not like I don't. Just don't. Like, leave her alone, y'all. Like, she don't. Yeah.
No woman deserves that.
And I don't know if anybody got people. Like, I know there's people in this world that has people that when they call them, there's nothing you could do about it then. Like, so you got people that you can call and you know like they rational, they're gonna think about some shit. And then there's people you can call that's like, after I called them, like, yeah, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people about her. Like, we're gonna crash out about her. Don't be running up on her, groping her, doing no crazy shit.
Yeah. It's just pray for the victims and pray for these sick people that they get the help they need or go away.
Where they gonna go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should put them all on the island.
Yep. Let them offend each other.
Be a lot of priests over there.
Wow. That was
We still
deep.
have.
That was deep, bro. That was deep. Yeah.
3 grams. Go.
I have been seeing some videos about the Cybertruck.
I saw about 9 people, a couple of rappers and a lot of basketball players are getting them.
Well,
I saw about 9 of them. I seen Little Babies is red. I seen 2 Chainz got some graphics on it. I
like
seen Trey
orange,
Young's is blue. I seen about 3 other people got them.
And we seen the original one in public
In Home Depot.
Yeah, right. What's your take on the Cybertruck? Have you ever seen the inside?
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. Not like
well, yeah, that's
close,
what I mean.
But it's just a TV screen.
Is it self-driving?
I don't know if it's self-driving. I know it's just a TV screen and it's no buttons.
So there's no steering wheel?
Yeah, it's a steering wheel. It's like not a steering wheel, but what you know how like them little things used to be like in the video
like
games.
a go-kart?
Yeah, it's one of them wheels. You can get a steering wheel if you get the option, but it comes with one of them. I forget, they have a name for it. I can't forget it.
Okay. Would you drive one?
I mean, I would drive it to see it. I wouldn't want one. I mean, that shit is big and awkward.
Well, you couldn't fit it in the garage.
Built different, so you would have to drive different on these kind of streets in it. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I seen a story where a guy had ordered.
You like them?
No, I mean, the look of them is cool, but like I wouldn't want to be driving them. First of all, the attention that it would just. I don't want everybody looking at
Me
us.
neither.
But no, I seen a story about a guy who had ordered one, and I don't know how long it took for it to come, but he moved since he first ordered it, and now he lives in an apartment building where he has like a dedicated parking space, and it don't fit.
It don't fit?
No.
I don't think it would fit in the garage either.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in his parking spot, and I don't know what he's going to do about that. Like maybe he got to get 2 from the apartment building, but yeah.
I don't see the advantages of it, like especially when where we live in the Northeast, like it don't snow like that no more, where you need a fucking Cybertruck with 30-inch wheels and all that kind of shit. Nah, and it's probably a 40-gallon gas. Oh no, it's electric, I think. So yeah, it's an electric. So yeah, it's probably I wouldn't want that.
About what's the MSRP
on the Cybertruck?
Yeah,
I think it was 50 over asking. So they asking 80. So I think they're going for like 130.
Okay.
So
that's not as expensive as I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Window tint in Philly. There has been a news story. There's been Instagram posts. There's been a lot of shit going on about the just randomly stopping people now, and it's up to the police discretion. And they put like an extra 200 cops on the street right out the academy to get on this. And they was pulling people over like crazy since it started.
Do you think it's profiling?
Of course, it's profiling.
Do you
because
think it's for a purpose? Like, do you think the ends justify the means?
No, because what I think it's going to do is raise. It's going to do 2 things. They're going to pull people over who has tint, and they're going to catch some people with guns. And when they're doing that, they're going to encounter some shootouts and murders and some cops getting shot and other people getting shot because everybody's just not going to hand a gun over just because they caught with it. Now, you are going to pull some people over like my friend Danny,
who that doesn't carry a gun, doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, goes to work every day, but has blacked out tint all the way around his car. And that's just how all his cars are. Ever since I've known him, he's had blacked out tint on all his windows. And I'm like, dude, that's a problem now. Like, if your car didn't come from the factory like that, where it's in the glass, then they're going to make you scrape that shit off or pull you over 3 times a week.
Yeah, and factory
and it's a
tint,
$200 ticket.
Factory tint doesn't come like that. At the darkest, factory tint comes 35%, I think. And that's the darkest. The quote unquote normal tint is 5%, I think.
That's like a shade.
Yeah. I hate blackout tint windows. It's scary to me. I don't want to park next to it because I don't know who's in there. If somebody pulls up on the side of me, like, I know we don't live in LA or Compton and people ain't doing like a drive-by on me or anything. But if somebody is next to me in a car, I feel like I don't know if they're looking at me. Are they going to shoot me?
That was profiling.
What?
We don't live in Compton and we're not doing drive-bys?
Well, they don't do drive-bys in this area is what I'm like. Nobody would be doing a drive-by on me, like on purpose. But I just feel like if you pull up next to me, and I don't know what you're doing in there, or why is your car so dark? I don't know if you're looking at me. I don't like it. I like them on
SUVs that are rides. Like if you're in an SUV and you're going somewhere, it's a ride. I like the blackout tint so people can't see inside. So I'm not afraid of an entourage of SUVs when they're all blacked out and they come in. I'm afraid of a car that pulls up at the light that's bumping loud music or not. And just like sitting there with, I don't even know if you looking at me. I don't even know if you doing this to me. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know if you got a gun pointed
I don't know
at me.
any of
That's
that shit.
what I'm saying.
That's what freaks me out a little bit. So,
now,
I don't know if you're a female sitting behind there just watching the light or you a dude giving me an ice grill. I don't know.
But, okay, what is it? You know how some cars will only have tint on the back windows, but the front windows aren't tinted. Like, what are the parameters that they're looking for?
I think it's the darkness. I don't even think it's the how many windows.
So even if your front windows aren't, like, if your driver's side, your front windows aren't tinted, but the back is too dark, then you're getting pulled over.
You're getting pulled over if they think any window is too dark, because I think it's more for the police with the approach to the car
to be able to identify who's in there.
So if you can have 2 guys in your back seat with guns, if your back windows are tinted and your front ones are not, yeah, I can see you, but I can't see what they doing.
So
you know
maybe when
or if I'm walking up and your windshield in the back is black, I don't know if it's 4 occupants or 3 or 2. Like, not until I get up on the car, which might be too late.
So when you say entourage, then typically that's a business, right?
Yeah,
they have service cars,
shit like that.
So
that's
maybe they'll leave them alone. But I just don't think that there's any need for anybody to have blackout windows. I don't like it, and for your safety or mine.
I mean, it's a privacy thing, but I think that people should be smart. Like, it's one of those things where, yeah, it's about your privacy and it's your car, and people shouldn't be able to look at it.
What you need privacy for in the car?
It's your car. So just like you want the privacy to smoke or pee or whatever the fuck you want to do in your car, it's your car.
You shouldn't.
Men do that. I'm just saying, like, whatever you want to do, it's your car. So I get having tint, but you should be smart and say, okay, they're doing this about tint now. I'm not going to just go against the grain and say, fuck it, because you're going to end up getting pulled over 3 times a week.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's too late if you already got it.
You should scrape that shit off your windows and get some lighter tint.
That's what I was going to say, unless you go. And you can't just, depending on how well it was done, you can't just go scrape it off. You got to get it professionally taken off, and that costs money.
Yeah. And if it's been on there for years, it's going to be glue residue that's got to get the glass. Yeah, it's a lot that's involved in it.
So, I mean, it's not like they... So, was there a ramp-up period, or was just like, bam, in effect? Did they give people 30 days or something?
No, it was just in effect, and a $200 ticket, and they put 200 cops on the street to enforce it. So, it was like... And that night on the news, it was like a lot of checkpoints.
I saw they were also doing checkpoints in Camden.
Yeah, a lot of checkpoints. So, yeah. Oh, wow. And just to piggyback on that, this is the reason, and this don't have to be a gram, but we was talking about Trump a few pods ago. And we never ever said who we was voting for. We just talked about the good, the bad, the ugly of everybody and all that shit. But there is a reason, and I'm not saying I'm voting for Biden. I'm just saying this is the reason why I'm not voting for Trump. Did you know Trump was trying to get, he wants to give all cops immunity?
No.
Like, can you imagine that? If like the
like
from
Derek
what we experienced in 2020 to 2023, that 3-year gap where it was like 18 people. Like, can you imagine if cops know now, no matter what I do or mistake I make, I can't be held responsible for it?
No.
I think that's it for me. Like, you can't. That's like, you can't have that on the street.
That was the straw.
Yeah, like, you can't have that. You cannot give cops immunity where you tell these people, whatever you do, you won't be held responsible. In those 4 years, I'm telling you, shit will go awry.
Yeah, I agree.
Shit would go awry. There would be more George Floyds. There would be a lot more Eric Gardners. There would be a lot of people that died because cops would be like, and they're not going to lock us up no more.
I agree.
Immunity? Like, don't got to answer to nobody?
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing something in the act of my job? Nah.
Yeah, that's
That was it for me. Second round.
Well, we already did 2 grams. Third
last
round,
round.
you take because I can't see.
Dirk's stepson shot his stepdad for beating on the mom. Just what do you think about that? I know we both grew up in domestic violence situations. Do you think at 8, 9, 10 years old, if you had access to a gun or something, that you would have shot in the moment to protect your mom or
maybe
whatever?
Maybe. I can't absolutely say I wouldn't have. I don't know if I would have had the courage.
You're talking about a 10-year-old
to do it. Yeah, because at a 10-year-old, you don't really justify. You just act, and you know, in your mind.
But I'm just saying, having the wherewithal to be like, I'm going to go get this. Like, most 10-year-olds get scared when the hollering and the beating starts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think the sad part is that he had access to a gun because he could have killed that man, and yes, the man was completely wrong if he was, you know, committing domestic violence. But not only, he could have killed that man, and as a kid, having that on your conscience, you don't know how that's going to play out and impact you as an adult. Knowing that you killed a person, like, you know, as you grew up.
I received
now,
that.
Killing your mom, that's even
right.
further.
I'm about to say, that's just to play devil's advocate. What if he watched that man kill his mom? What about the dealings with that? And feeling like, shit, I could have helped and I didn't. I froze. And I watched this man beat my mom to death.
Well, hopefully, you know, with other adults around in therapy, he realizes it wasn't his responsibility to save her in that case.
True.
I mean, especially not in that mannerism of shooting somebody.
Right, you're a kid.
Yeah, you're a kid.
That's not expected of you.
Exactly. So hopefully that he could have been helped to heal that part of the trauma. All the way around a bad situation, you know, again, like you mentioned, growing up in a household where there is domestic violence, the long-term impact of that, it's a lot to deal with as you become an adult. And at his age, having gone to that point, whether it was the first time or whether this was ongoing, like now, it's an even bigger issue because no matter how wrong the man was, now the mom may potentially suffer some ramifications because her juvenile had access to a gun, and it'll just snowball. I seen a screenshot of like a story that the guy posted, and he was like, you know, I'm people calling me a rat, but I'm letting people know about this because young boy could have killed me. And he was saying, you know, I got custody of. So he got custody. He has kids with this girl too. He was a baby. He was one of her baby fathers, and he was saying he got custody of his kids that he had with her, and he suggests that Dirk get custody of their shared, I don't know if it's one or multiple children, because she's unfit, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, so he was saying, like, you know, I got custody of my kids. Y'all need to get y'all kids away from her. She's an unfit mom. You know, I'm letting y'all know because, you know, young boy could have killed me. I'm not a rat. You know, y'all only saying this because of who his dad is. Hopefully his dad, you know, get him away from her. Are you supposed to
eat that? Like, are you supposed to, like, is that snitching? Or is ratting? Like, are you just supposed to eat that? Okay, just because my stepson shot me, like, I ain't
Wait,
supposed to
and
how am I supposed to handle it in the street?
Wait,
Like,
and
what the
he was
fuck are we
also
talking about?
saying, he was like, I can't believe he did this. I'm the one that bought him 4-wheelers and paid for basketball camps for him like he was my son. And he was like, and I still love him. But yeah, I mean, you get shot. Okay, so let's change the narrative, right? Let's say it's not a domestic violence situation. We got a kid here, a son, and we got a gun, and we're completely irresponsible. We allow him to get a hold of it. He makes a mistake and shoot you or something, like whatever. He makes a mistake and shoot you. You go to the hospital. You tell him that your kid did it, right?
Yeah.
Because but I guess
that's the responsible thing to do as an adult.
Yeah.
I mean, you can 2 modes you can come in. You can break into what's responsible, and you can break into that survival mode of protecting your kid. Yeah. But that's not always the responsible thing. That's
you open
getting
up
everybody in trouble.
Worms.
Yeah. Now I can't help you because I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, I thought about this scenario the other day, right? Very weird situation, or thoughts that were coming in my head when I was driving home, right? If I did something and you knew that I did it, but I framed you, like I lied and said, no, he did it, I ain't do it. And you would be looking at me like, would you like take the rap for me and like just be looking at me like, or would you tell like, she did it?
Well, did you do it because like you were trying to there's a reason behind it, or did you just do it because you're being dumb? Like I would want to get you somewhere and be like, why the fuck did you do this? And if you told me like, babe, this is what it is and this, and I would, of course I would take the charge for you.
Like say like you was cheating and I ran a girl over with my car and killed her, but I blamed it on you.
Oh no.
You
No.
You would tell me?
I ain't going to jail for killing nobody. For killing a girl?
You would tell on me?
Babe, I ain't going to tell on you. I'm just going to look at you.
I would be like, he was having an affair. He thought she was going to tell me. He didn't want me to find out. And
you know what? Take me to jail. I'm scared anyway to go back because she running people over with cars. I'm fucking fearful to go back anyway. So just go ahead and take me to jail. You crazy. What if I did that? Reverse the scenario.
You frame me?
Yeah, what if you was cheating and I ran your fucking punk ass motherfucking cheating boy dude over and killed them and blamed you? Said they was having an affair. I found out she didn't want me to leave her, so she killed them.
I would just look at you. You know me. I'm pleading the fifth. They're gonna put me in a mental hospital because I'm gonna be a mute.
You're not gonna say one word. You don't even know your name no more. Okay.
And you gonna let me take that ride?
What you mean? You said you're gonna be quiet.
But you gonna tell him I did it?
I ain't gonna tell him anything. But you not gonna tell him I did it.
But no, I'm saying if I'm in my scenario, I'm blaming it on you.
No, I'm not gonna tell that you did it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna look at you like, and my look will be saying you have this amount of time to talk to these people because I gotta go to work Monday. You gotta get up 3:30, man. I gotta go to work Monday. You better take something to these people. That's it. Act two, the podcast, episode 183 coming to a close. Your boy International Walk.
It's your girl Tosh, the co-host with the mostest.
Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Google Podcast Player FM. All the platforms you can catch our faces on. All you gotta do is type us in. All you gotta do is watch the videos. All you gotta do is like. All you gotta do is subscribe. All you gotta do is share. All you gotta do is comment. It's easy.
Ew.
If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.